Our next comedian is a very talented individual. He toured all the way to Orlando, Florida and back. And as a feature act on the Bad People's Brigade comedy tour, please give a warm welcome to Dylan Hughes.
Kids can be really cruel, man. I got picked on a lot when I was a kid. Anybody else? Okay, I can see all of you. I know you got picked on. Let's be real. The thing is, you always got picked on about something that you had no control over, and that's what made it bullshit. Like, I got picked on a lot about my name, which is Dylan K. Hughes. Instead of Dylan, they'd call me Dildo. Or instead of Dylan Hughes, they'd call me Dylan Huge, because I was a chubby kid. But one guy found out my middle name, which is K, and started calling me Dylan Gay Shoes. To be fair, I was wearing tap shoes to school, so I earned that. That was my fault. I decided if I ever have a son, he is never going to have this problem, because I'm going to name my son YOLO McSwaggerton. So he's set. You know who had great names? And still do. The Native Americans have great names. Because they're names that you earn or names that they feel say something about you. I just always wondered why they never modernized it. You know, you still have like Chief Sitting Antelope, but never like Chief Runs in DOS. Yeah, I tried to write more examples for that joke, and I said nothing's better than Runs in DOS. That's all there was. I gotta talk about this thing. It's the stupidest shirt I've ever seen. They used to have them for George Bush, and now they've got them for Barack Obama, where it's a picture of the president, and it says, "Not my president." I think that anybody who wears one of those shirts should be stopped and asked for their passport. Yeah, I'm sorry, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you can change reality by putting it on a t-shirt. I wish that, thank you. I wish that was the case. Because I would wear a t-shirt that says, "Not my early warning signs of diabetes," and then I just go eat cake. Fucking perfect.
Amen, brother.
Thank you. And speaking of stupid shirts, I saw this one a while ago, but it still pisses me off. It was this family walking down the street, and they're just a cute family. It's a dad, his wife, they've got one of those strollers with like 2 babies in it, super adorable, and then like this little like toddler that dad's holding by the hand. And as I get closer, I can read the dad's shirt says, "Go fuck yourself." Tour. And I'm just staring at this guy as he walks by, and on the back it says, "Sponsored by your mother."
Do you blame the guy?
Oh, yeah, I do blame the guy. That's ridiculous. How does that guy have a family and I spend every night hugging a body pillow? How is that fair? I'm at least trying. I don't think plaid's offensive. The thing is, what I really wanted to know was how his wife even let him wear that shirt out. Was it the best one that he had? That was the best option? He was like, "Hey honey, I'm thinking about wearing the shirt that says Hitler did nothing wrong. And on the back it says Holocaust, Schmolocaust." She said, "No, wear the go fuck yourself shirt because we got the kids. We'll tone it down for them." Ridiculous. You guys are kind of an intimate crowd, and everyone's being a little personal tonight, so I want to get personal. I want to do what I call my sex segment. Are you guys okay with that? Good. I was going to do it either way, but it's a lot more fun when you're on board. Sex segment, yes sir. You know, as a comedian and a writer, the advice you always hear the most is you've got to write what you know. And I always said, fuck that, I want to write about sex. So that's what I did. So buckle up, it's gonna get weird. Dylan Hughes' sex segment. When I was a kid, and I know that seems like a weird segue, but it's gonna get sexy. It's gonna get real sexy. When I was a kid, I used to roll up a piece of tissue paper and I would stick it in my nose as a way of cleaning it, but also because it made me sneeze. And I thought sneezing was fucking awesome. I did this literally until the day I discovered masturbation. Yeah, Yeah, and then I was like, there's a way better use for tissue. What am I doing? Yeah, thank you. But you know, as an adult, I thought I should re-explore this idea. Because I just read recently that the way a sneeze registers in your brain, chemically, it registers as 1/8 of an orgasm. Now, I can sneeze 8 times at work and nobody bats a fucking eyelash. But if I go into the bathroom and rub it off one time, oh no, now I'm fired. Which is a bunch of bullshit hypocrisy, if you ask me. Yeah. Because if I were to sneeze on stage, someone would be like, oh, bless you, comedian. But if I were to just put my hand down my pants and go crazy, no one would say bless you. And that is a real shame. Because I need to hear that to finish. I grew up Catholic, so it's really... That's not true. I'm just deeply disturbed. I wish I had an excuse. I don't. I'm going to blame that I have high-speed internet and I live alone. So I'm a little jaded sexually.
21st century, baby.
Yes, that's right. This is what we're moving into. This is going to be the modern man. Right? Get ready. Sex segment. Oh, let's keep it sexy. I'm single. And you might be surprised. You might be like, wait a minute, the guy who tickles his nose for sexual gratification is single? We don't buy it. But it's true. It is. And the thing is, every once in a while I get a little bummed out about it, right? A little once in a while. You know, I'd like to be with somebody. But I think about it this way. And I think you guys should take this away if you can. No matter what your problem is, no matter what it is that's bothering you, there's always somebody in your life that you might know or at least know of who has it worse. And I'm not saying let's take pleasure from their misery. I'm just saying it's nice to know that you're not at the bottom of the totem pole. And for me, I have a friend who is an honest-to-God furry. And every time I feel bad about my sexual relationships, I just look at him. And for those of you who don't know, I just can't wait to tell you what a furry is. Because once I do, you can never unlearn this. This is yours forever. Oh, have you not heard? Oh, I'm so excited. Think of me like Johnny Appleseed, going around the country planting the idea of a furry in your head. Furries is somebody like to dress up like an animal. And I mean they dress up head to toe like an animal. And then they have sex with other people dressed up like animals.
Any animal?
Oh, it could be any animal, baby. Absolutely anything. Do you have one in mind? Is that why you yelled out? Were you like, even a panther? Because I might like that. Here's the thing. I don't mean to judge, okay? Because I've done some weird shit with my schmeckle. I'm in no position to judge anybody. I just have questions. Like, how the fuck did that fetish ever get started? Could you imagine being the very first person to ever try and bring this up? To be like, hey honey, what do you want to do this weekend? Yeah, we could go see that movie. Or we could dress up like foxes and fuck. Oh, what's that? Oh, divorce papers. Fantastic. I just can't imagine being the first one to do it. So I got online and I looked up how furries got started because I wanted to know how it happened. And I got results more for how furries get started. Like costume ideas, where to meet people. I got right out of that part of the internet and I decided I would just make up my own version of history. So in my head, this is how it happened. A couple of people are hanging out under the bleachers during a football game. They're sharing a cigarette and they're mascots. And one looks over and goes, you know, Jessica, in that Timberline Wolf's costume, you got me hungry like the wolf. And then they just yiffed, which is what they call sex, yiffing. Isn't that fucked up? Yiffing sounds like a sweet word. It sounds like something a puppy would do if you get it way too excited. And then you find out it's something a puppy would do if you get it way too excited. And it just takes all the sweetness out of that word. So there they are, these two high school mascots yiffing, nipping each other's napes, rolling on their back to show submission. And it was beautiful, and who are we to judge? This magic moment, so different and so new. I'm sorry, we can judge. It was probably disgusting. A lot of matted hair, a lot of shame. The thing is, and we're going to get back to your question, because you said, could it be any animal? The thing is, it can. And I always think, like, what animal do you pick? Because you got to decide on one. Because it would be a pain in the ass to need multiple costumes. For one, you've got to make those costumes. You cannot rent those costumes. You would never get your deposit back. You can't just go into the costume shop the day after and be like, all done. And the guy's like, what, did you get dry toothpaste on this? I can't take this. And you're like, no, it's wolf cum. Can I ask you a question? How many times this week are you going to hear wolf come? Because if it's any more than this once, you're having a big week. I don't know what you're doing, but woo! You guys have been a lot of fun. My name's Dylan Hughes. Have a great night.